it as being true.
Well, and he got his son involved in doing the same thing.
We live in the technology age. Everything you do online is tracked to what you do in your personal life. And, I mean, for me personally, don't put anything out there on the internet that you do not want someone to know about in your personal life. I mean, everything we do with Four Nerds, every person I know in my life, could know about it.
Right.
What
was I going to say now?
Sorry.
I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, if you can remember, go ahead. I have something else to mention.
Go ahead and talk. I'm going to think about what I was trying to say.
It used to be that when the internet was first created and first started being used, and even before that, it was during message boards and things like that, and bulletin boards. There was so much. What do you call it?
Anonymity?
Yeah, well, is that the word I'm looking for?
Where people don't know who you are.
So much,
anonymity.
Yeah.
You're anonymous, basically.
And that is slowly fading away. It's almost come to the point now where you cannot do that anymore.
Yeah, it's almost impossible to be anonymous online anymore. Nice lag, by the way.
I thought it locked up for a second.
So, okay, I did remember what I was going to talk about. Speaking about the author revealing the identity of this guy, he himself was sitting there talking about how, he was touting free speech. He was just, going, what's the word I'm looking for here? Displaying his freedom of speech in what he was doing. Well, really by that end, that's what the author was doing as well. The author was, freedom of speech.
Yeah.
And the author did not have to reveal his identity, no. But you know what? He didn't have to put pictures of 16-year-old girls on a website.
Yeah.
To be looked at by pedophiles. I mean, he is a pedophile. He is an admitted pedophile. Yeah. Call a spade a spade. That's what he is. So, yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, no.
I'm also very opinionated about this subject in case you haven't told.
I have problems with the whole... I have problems with the whole anonymity online because somebody's going to find out what you do.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes back to,
Crazy.
Somebody's always going to find out what you do. There is no such thing as a perfect crime. It's always going to be traced back to you. There's always going to be somebody that knows. And I mean, the more advanced we get technologically, the more, transparency we're going to have online where people can see what you're doing. It's like people are so mad about employers, seeing things on your Facebook.
Right.
Well, yeah,
don't put it on your Facebook.
You can't bitch about your employer online if you don't want them to see that. Well, dumbass, don't do that.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, husbands and wives that complain about their husbands and wives online as well. Eventually your spouse is going to find out that
I don't say anything about my marriage or my husband or anything in my personal life that, I don't expect to go back to somebody else. Because who's going to follow me on Twitter?
Right.
Who's going to follow me on Facebook or whatever? Anything I see there, anything I put on Twitter, on Facebook, or on my blog is something that I know somebody else is going to see.
Right.
We're
getting off on another tangent. But
yeah. There is no such thing as anonymity online anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, there are ways to track you down. And the government is making it easier for them to do that.
Wow.
She's on a roll, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm just saying, if you don't want people to find out about it, keep your pie hole shut. Just saying.
Well, I don't think that lesson's ever going to be learned by a lot of people, but...
No.
I mean...
I really had no pity for him at all when he was begging, please don't share my information.
Yeah,
because this is going to affect my life. Well, you shouldn't have said or done the things you've done. And he's very remorseless about the things he's done.
Exactly.
He's just saying, oh, please don't share it.
Well,
if you're not ashamed of the things you've done, you shouldn't be worried about people knowing who you are in real life.
I don't remember this level.
Oh, I do.
Oh, yeah, I do. Definitely.
Yeah.
So
I have a real problem with people being like, oh, don't tell so and so, but you know,
right.
I hate two-faced people. I will not say something to somebody that I do not want somebody else finding out about. I'm very open about how I feel about people.
Obviously.
Yes. And if I tell you someone's a bitch, I've told that person to their face that they're a bitch.
Okay.
You know? And so I really hate that this guy was like, please don't tell people who I really am.
No, it's
because
just-
if you say it, you should just own it.
It's just like I tell my kids, you know, when you make a decision to do something that's wrong, there's a consequence. There's going to be a consequence. Well, he's an adult. He should know better.
Yeah.
There-
If
if you're going to do stuff like that, there's going to be a consequence.
consequence for your
and he's
actions.
obviously living that today. So
If he wanted to be anonymous, he should have never shared his information with anyone else.
Okay. That being said, one other aspect here. Should your personal life be tied in with your professional life?
Yes and no.
depends on your career.
Yeah, it depends on what
yeah,
you
it depends
do.
on your career. It's different if you're like, like I said earlier, it's different if you're like a teacher or, somebody who works
really-
directly with, hey, let me finish. Somebody who works directly with small children or with mentally impaired people or something like that, you have to maintain a certain. I mean, you can't go anyway, but it depends. The bottom line is
Professionalism
exactly.
matters.
But it certainly depends because I mean, I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna be happy with a teacher that's got pictures of her boobs exposed and stuff like that on Facebook. That can't happen in my world.
I started to retake an education class this semester that I had taken when I was an education major, and I'm not an education major now. And one of the things on there was don't use your personal email because you might use something like Hot Mama 69
Right.
or some crap like that, and that's not professional.
Well, it's not
and
professional. And
there were dress codes and rules, and the rules.
right.
Don't violate the rules,
and-
dummy.
But if you are, like, say, like this guy, for example, a computer programmer, there are certain things that don't matter as much if you're in that kind of a position as it would if you were in a different position.
Well,
So-
it depends on, did he violate the rules at his work? The
Well, we
terms
don't-
of his
I don't know.
contract.
I don't know what his
know?
contract was. So.
Yeah, I mean, that's stuff we don't know.
But that's not the question, though.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the rules of your workplace. Do they say, hey, you can't get on Facebook,
Right.
while you're on there, or you can't do this while you're on there?
But should your professional and personal life be intermingled? Again, like I said, it really seriously depends on what your profession is. Some professions, it doesn't matter. Other professions, it does matter, and it matters a lot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want a teacher of high school students to be on Reddit posting pictures of kids they consider to be jailbait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
So-
just not something that should happen.
Exactly.
And in the same vein, it's okay for somebody to be posting pictures of fails and stuff like that. It depends on the content you're posting online, and that I'll go back to the same thing. If you don't want people to find out about it, don't do it.
All right. So I think the general consensus here is the guy is kind of a scumbag.
He's douche.
Absolutely.
Giant bag of Summer's Eve douche.
Strawberry scented.
Yes.
Did he deserve to lose his job?
That depends on the
I think
terms
we're a
of his
little
employment
mixed.
and what he did.
It's a gray area.
At
Yeah.
work.
That's a gray area.
We don't know what he did to deserve that firing. It
Well,
could have been on
let's-
something completely unrelated.
Let me word it this way, because he said, his wife is disabled. He's basically out of a job. They've got no income right now. He at the time, he said he had about 3 weeks in the bank worth of pay. did what he do in his online persona qualify as something that could potentially destroy his life?
I think that morally, yes. But legally, he hasn't done anything wrong. I think morally, he's done a lot of shit to stir things up. You know? He wanted to piss people off. He wanted to get that reaction. But legally, he hasn't done anything wrong. I mean, it really depends on what his terms of employment were and why he was fired.
I think it goes back to the same thing we said earlier. If he was a garbage man, no, it shouldn't affect his career. If he is a school teacher, then hell yeah. So it really depends on what he's doing and what's
He's
for.
a computer programmer. He was probably misusing his time.
I'm sure he
That's
was on
probably
Reddit all
why-
day
Okay.
long at work.
If we're basing this solely on his posts on Reddit, did he deserve to lose his job solely based on posts on Reddit?
I'm taking the job completely out of it.
If
What
it was
he
just
do online deserve to ruin his life?
okay, let's just say he has X job and he posted this on Reddit, it's not illegal. No. But if he violated stuff, yeah. But it just
Okay.
depends on the
No,
circumstances.
no gray areas. No gray areas. Did what he do online constitute him losing his job and constitute him having his life ruined in that manner? I don't know.
I don't think so.
I can't say for sure.
That is
I'm mixed on
we
that. I'm
we
I-
have to
mixed
know
on
the
that.
circumstances.
Okay, well, I think-
because there's no black and white. It's all gray area.
Well, I think that's a good place to kind of wind down and let everybody kind of mull on that. And if you have thoughts, leave them in the comments.
Comment,
Yeah, if
comment,
you-
comment, comment, comment.
If you disagree with every single word I've said and you want to tell me how horrible I am, put it in a comment. It'll be fun.
And wrap
Trust
up,
me.
Every comment that gets made, we will put one piece of duct tape over the missus's mouth.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to tell me what a horrible
really, just
human
kidding.
being I am, you can find me on Twitter. I am Laura_the_great. Find me, tell me that I am wrong. That's fine with me.
Stalker.
burned up.
I know that everybody has an opinion,
Ow.
and that's just fine by me. I respect your opinion.
All right. Well, we will see you next time on Four Nerds Gaming.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
I mean,
Oh.
it's kind of the same premise, really.
Well,
You
kind
can't-
of, but I tend to disagree because there are a lot of girls who put those pictures of themselves out there